Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chua. Yes, I'm your physical therapist, and yes, I'm your alternative healthcare career coach. Tonight, we're going to be talking about how to be a facilitator. Take two, right? How to be a facilitator and a corporate trainer. Interviewing. We're going to interview Coach Marianne Renner.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Good evening, Alternative Healthcare Career Group. What is going on, my Facebook friends? And of course, YouTube. If you're watching live, I'm running out of English. If you're watching live, comment live. Watching on a replay, comment replay. Somebody asked, why do you keep on doing that, Dr. Mike? Well, just because everybody says it, so might as well say it, right? But actually, it's for an algorithm, Facebook or YouTube algorithm, so it will pop up again and again. Well, anyway, tonight we have a special guest. Hey, if you got any questions, type it in the comment section or wherever you're at. But before I keep on going, I just would like to encourage you, my Facebook and YouTube friends. Let me show this. Can you guys see this? If you can see it, hopefully the camera could see it. Well, there you go. It's finally, there you go. It's really nice. It says here, it's not always what you know or who you know, but who knows you, ladies and gentlemen. If you can hear me, type in you can hear me. I hope you guys can hear me. It's not always what you know or who you know, but who knows you, ladies and gentlemen. And here in our Facebook group, Alternative Healthcare Career Group, we think like, oh, we're therapists, we have the doctorate degree. And yes, we all know that, right? But the question is, the people that you serve, did they know you? And there's a reason why we're supposed to be, going out there and marketing and networking with different people, because they want to know you, like you, and trust you before they could buy products or before you could do therapy with them. So you got to make sure that they know you too, and that they like you too, because what we know is already inside, but they need to know who you are, so the people who knows you. Gosh, there's too much who, what, where, and where. Well, anyway, all right, this episode today is brought to you by medbridgeeducation.com. Where did that go? medbridgeeducation.com. Use the alternative. You get 40% discount. Alternative. ALTERNATIVE, right? You don't get just 10, not 20, not 30, but 40%. MedBridgeEducation.com. Speaking of that, I got to get my subscription back. Yep. And then thank you very much, MedBridge. We appreciate you for all those stuff that you're doing for us. Alternative. Use the code alternative, right? And of course, we showed you the thing earlier, HelloNote. We personally use that in our outpatient clinic. We've been getting busy and busier and busier. So thank you very much, HelloNote, for letting us use your system. It's really, really good. All right. Well, I guess for tonight, her name is Coach Marianne Renner. She's not a therapist, but she is a leadership transformational leadership coach. I actually met her in one of the mastermind that I was with before. It's called the 48 Days Eagles. Basically, people there are eagles. We fly and go above and beyond. And in that group, in that mastermind group, they're like winners there. There's authors there. There's speakers. There's business owners. So you gotta be very specific, ladies and gentlemen, in finding those people that you associate with. And I invested there in that mastermind group and learned and met different people. If you want to be a speaker, you go talk to people who are speaking. If you want to be an author, you go talk to the people who have written books. And our coach, my coach, and her coach is Dan Miller, and he's got a very, very amazing program. He's got this crazy, really, really good syndicated radio stuff and podcast. It's just so big, and you just have to find people that will bring out the best in you. And that's actually where I met Coach Marianne. She is a transformational leadership coach, and she helps leaders in different organizations be the best that they can be. All right. I mean, if I'm going to read this, so there's a lot of information here, but she's basically a corporate trainer. She trains people in this leadership positions in different corporations, and obviously they pay her, X amount of dollars training them how to be the best, how to be a better leader, how to be a better therapist, how to be a better nurse, how to be a better physician. Well, guess what? I want to bring her here because she has this amazing program wherein she's teaching people how to be like her, like a certification program wherein, you have to find, like what I said earlier, you have to find people that are actually winning, just like me. In order for me to open up my own clinic, I have to find people who actually open up their clinic, right? And if you want to open up a home health agency, you got to look for people who have opened up their own home health agency. You don't want to talk to a person who's just like, just complaining in life. You got to find people who are actually doing it. And Coach Marianne Renner, she's actually the one who's doing it. She's teaching people, and charging corporations to train them. And that's the reason why she's here. We're here to bring her in. And without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in Coach Marianne Renner. Where are you at, Coach? There she is. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, everyone. Hey, Dr. Coach Mike. Okay, first of all, I have just got to say, I love your energy. You have the best energy. So don't you all you guys that are watching, don't you love Coach Dr. Mike's energy? I just love it.
I know.
It's so great to be there. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, we appreciate you. I wish I could show the picture that you were like posing, when you were in that competition, So.
Oh my goodness. I used to be a competitive bodybuilder many years ago.
Well, I used to be competitive, not a bodybuilder.
You're still
anyway, could you please tell us who you are, what you really do, and how can you help us find our alternative career, Coach?
Oh my gosh. Well, so as you said, my name is Marianne Renner, and I am a transformational leadership and business career coach. So I help leaders become all they were meant to become. And I work with clients one-on-one. I do a lot of group facilitation, which is what we're going to spend time talking about today. And I work with groups of leaders, and I help teach them skills like communication and how to lead through difficult change and how to engage their teams. I also facilitate programs like strategic planning sessions for an organization. Recently, I led an organization through a workshop on developing their vision, mission, and values. So lots and lots of group programs that I do. I've got a book called The Chaos to Clarity Success Journal, and also do keynote speaking. So that's a little bit about me. And I just love working with people and helping people become all they were meant to become.
Amazing. Well, so I know you got your published books and everything like that, but how does one qualify to be a corporate trainer? Do we need to, can a therapist like me can do it, or any guy, or how does one become a corporate trainer? Do I need to work in a corporate environment, or how does that work? How can I get my foot in, something like that?
Yeah. So listen, and I know that you know this, Mike, 80% of it is mindset. So, let me just tell you all a little bit about my background and how I got to where I am today. And even though, as Mike said, I'm not a healthcare clinician, I have worked in healthcare for the past 15 years. And so when I started out 15 years ago in healthcare, I was working in marketing in a hospital setting. So I was responsible for marketing some of our major service lines, behavioral health services, cardiovascular services. So my role was to learn as much as I could about diabetes services, surgery, and our ICU as well. And so I did that for about 8 years. And our organization said, hey, Marianne, would you like to become a breakthrough improvement facilitator? To which I said, yes, please. What couldn't be great about breakthrough improvement? And then I said, what is it? So I first said yes. And then I asked what it is. I just believed that it was going to be a great opportunity, and it was. So here's the thing. Then I transitioned as that facilitator into our corporate system, healthcare system, revenue cycle. And that's where I really felt like I got to see a lot of what's causing the pain point for all of the members here in this group. And, I read a lot of your posts, and I try to comment and add value as much as I can. And I feel your pain because my job was to help teams solve problems. So they brought me in and gave me facilitation training and taught me how to teach tools and help groups problem solve. And so we looked at length of stay, and, we looked at why are we getting denials for not having medical necessity or no authorization, all those things that make all of your lives really painful, because you all got into the work that you're doing because you wanted to serve and help people. And there's all this administrative and insurance related back end stuff that makes it harder and harder for you. So I just want to share that part of my background to let you know that I feel your pain. I really, truly do. And I have a lot of clients in healthcare too. So, but here's the thing. So they brought me in and they trained me. And previously I had been leading groups before. I had done lots of different things over my career. And I thought I knew what I was doing, but it wasn't until I went through this certification program where I received formal training on skills and core competencies that are needed to run an effective group. And so people ask me, Marianne, what is facilitation anyway? I know what a teacher does, and I know what a trainer does. What is facilitation? And in all of those areas, we're talking about helping a group reach their goals. A teacher helps students learn and get their degree. A trainer might help you learn a new software platform or a new skill set. But the difference with facilitation is skills and tools that help enhance and elevate maximum engagement for the group. So it's really about how can you fully engage a group in discussion, in participation, raise the energy level, because once you do that, now all bets are off. Because when you have a group that is fully engaged, now the energy is up, ideas are generated, creativity comes out. And so it's like a whole new experience for people in helping them reach their goals. So when I started working with groups in problem solving and revenue cycle, what we would do is we'd work together for 5 days. We'd essentially lock 10 people in a room. I would facilitate and lead this team for 5 days. And at the end, we would go around one by one and share our aha moment from the week. And I would see light bulbs go off. I would hear people say, I now see something in a new way that I never saw before, or I learned this new tool that is going to help me so much. And that is when I became hooked on facilitation. My personal why is help facilitate light bulb moments for other people. And so it's this idea of helping others achieve a breakthrough, experience that light bulb moment. That's what energizes me and sets my soul on fire. And I want to help other people do the same.
Wow. You mentioned about energy. You need to have energy and some music there, ladies and gentlemen. I like what Coach Marianne said, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you have to, a corporation or a company needs to have a leader, outside leader, to facilitate. And this
Mhm.
is where we come in. This is why you come in as a therapist. We already have the degree, right? Our letters behind our name. We might as well, be the facilitator in a certain corporation. And that's what I do in the Alzheimer's class that I teach. I become the quote unquote consultant and a teacher about Alzheimer's and dementia. So you just have to find that specific niche that you want to serve. And Coach Marin is good with that. He's basically, leading people how to, those CEOs and those whatever, big boss there. And guess what? The light bulb moment there. They actually find the solution during that workshop or that whatever thing that Miss Coach Marianne is doing. Doc Marianne, we can call her doctor too. So yeah. So can I be like that too, Coach Marianne? Can I be like a speaker like you? I mean, how does that work? I mean,
Yeah.
uh,
It's interesting, Mike, because I love what you're saying. And, there are so many needs for facilitators, like you just said, having an objective outside set of eyes. If you have any group of people that's working together, if they're trying to solve something, they're kind of in the eye of the hurricane. They're all in it together. So an outside facilitator brings that outside set of eyes. You don't need to know about the particular business even. You may be a physical therapist or have that background and work with physical therapists. You don't have to, because the value that you bring is objectivity, outside set of eyes, the skills like the ability to keep a group on track. Like Mike, I don't know if you've ever been in a meeting like this, where by the time it's over, you either have to schedule another meeting to cover the things you didn't get to, or you go, what was that meeting all about to begin with, right? Like
mhm.
we've all had that experience. And a facilitator, once a company or organization knows that you as a facilitator can come in and make all that go away, that puts you in great demand. But anyone can learn these skills and core competencies.
Wow. I remember when I was working in a pharmaceutical company before. That was my original alternative career, ladies and gentlemen. For people who are watching me, I was in a pharmaceutical company, and we would invite outside, just like Coach Marin is, outside people who would facilitate our meetings. Because, like what she said, like what Coach said, that sometimes we lose track. And then we're like, okay, we'll talk about that in the next meeting. And we're there already for like a whole week meeting, like a big conference. And we're like, what have we talked about for like 5 days, the whole week? We didn't know what we were doing. But if we have somebody guiding us, I remember this. I mean, I remember his name is Luigi. Luigi is his name. And this is what he just did. For 5 days, he was like the host. He was like, the entertainer. He was just like the lead, and he wasn't an employee of the pharmaceutical company I was working for. He was an outside consultant with an outside set of eyes, and just guiding us. Hey, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna, fill up this. We didn't do the disc. We did the, the sanguine, whatever you call that.
Yeah, was it Myers-Briggs? I can't remember.
Myers-Briggs.
Uh-huh.
And and then we were like, we enjoyed it. We had someone outside who was unbiased and just guiding us. And this is like a totally different alternative career. So yeah. So how can we start this, Coach? I mean, is there a step-by-step thing that we can do? I mean, could you teach us how to do this? I mean, is there a way for us to do this? I mean, should I just go in and, okay, I want to facilitate, or is there a program that I need to follow?
Yeah. So great questions. I actually have a program, and I'd be happy to tell you all more about that. And you can find it on my website too. If you go to mariannerenner.com, and if you do /certification, you can learn about my certification program for facilitators. Well, what we'll cover there, and I'll give you some of that here as well, we'll talk about the 7 skills that you need, and I'll kind of teach you those skills. So everything from how to keep a group focused, how to keep a group on track, how to clarify complex conversations. We'll talk about the importance and how to establish psychological safety. So, when you get in a group, have you ever felt like, well, I don't know if I should say that. What are people going to think? So it's helping to make sure that everybody feels comfortable and safe. We talk about that. I talk about 3 rules of engagement, so ways to maximize that engagement. And so I've got the certification program. We cover all of those things, and we train you on everything you need to know to really be a 5-star facilitator. And then we'll also talk to you about how, once you say, I want to facilitate, but like, where do I go from there? Which I think is part of what you're asking, Mike, is, the opportunities for facilitation are endless. You can start your own business and run your own group programs. I know Mike does a lot of that. You can go in and work for organizations as a subcontractor. You can work in project management. You can go in to organizations. You can specialize in strategic planning facilitation, or you can specialize in mission, vision, and values. Or, what I described, for any of you who were interested in something like continuous improvement, you could go into healthcare anywhere and facilitate these sort of problem-solving events and teach people how to solve problems. And you all have such a unique perspective from your background. But here's the thing. There are so many places. Mike mentioned disc training. You could do that. You could go into an organization and say, I'm going to teach you all how to be better communicators, how to understand behavior styles. So lots and lots of ways that you could use facilitation within a specific niche. And we'll talk about all of that and all of your options and opportunities as well.
Amazing. Speaking of options and opportunities, we will be back in a few seconds, okay? This is our opportunity.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once a note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Yes, like what Coach Marianne said, options and opportunities out there. That's another option, ladies and gentlemen. HelloNote, check it out. It's an EMR, electronic medical record. We use that in our outpatient clinic. Yes. All right, like what she was talking about, there are so much options there. There's so much opportunities. We're talking about how to be a facilitator and a corporate trainer. And she's just opened up my mind again, on the different services that we can provide. Imagine, just open up. Okay, let's just brainstorm with me real quick. How about, occupational therapist talking about how to properly communicate? I'm sure OTs can say this, the disc. OTs are going to be the best one to do the disc profile. The DISC program. We're going to ask her too, what are the DISC again? It's a personality test. OTs are good with that. I'm not. I'm just a regular lowly physical therapist. All we do is like, okay, let's exercise. That's what I know. OTs, there are behavior specialists out there, speech therapists. They know cognition. Well, guess what? You are the best person to facilitate and lead a program about how to stop workplace bullying or something like that. There's that workplace bullying there. That's another niche there. Okay, I'm another niche that you can serve, ladies and gentlemen. I know everybody knows I'm Filipino. I'm brown skin, but if you have a different race, Coach Marianne is white. She's like pretty and everything, really fit. But if you have a different race, you can do the diversity in workplace. Corporation will pay for that, ladies and gentlemen. Diversity in the workplace. Doing all this facilitation there. You're being like the keynote speaker, and corporation will pay for that. All right. So let's go ahead and bring Coach Marianne back. Where's she at? There you go, Coach. There you are. All right.
So let me just say, Mike, I love where you're going, and I know you have such a creative mind. And you're absolutely right. Inclusion and diversity is one very specific niche that could keep somebody's business so busy forever. Team building right now, especially, is really big. And we're going to talk about in-person versus virtual and the ways you can do that. I know I was part of an organization, especially during COVID. Everybody was struggling so much. The organization wanted to just give people a break, and they brought in outside facilitators that facilitated just a fun team building activity, like doing a scavenger hunt around your home. There was another one that was like a Jeopardy game that they were doing this during COVID, like every 2 months, just for an hour to bring the team together. And so even if you are in a corporate or work environment right now, getting a facilitation certification can make you more valuable to your current organization. You could be tapped on the shoulder to facilitate regular team meetings and teach everybody how to run an effective team meeting. So there are many, many, many opportunities and applications for this. And once you get a certification, you're more valuable to your organization. It increases your credibility when you have that certification by your name. As you all know, because you know the value of certifications and education and the work that you do. It demonstrates that you have knowledge and experience. So you're not just hanging a shingle and saying, I'm a facilitator. You actually have some credibility there. It gives you more employment opportunities and puts you at a competitive advantage in the workplace. So lots and lots of reasons for going through a certification program in the area of facilitation.
That's the foundation there, ladies and gentlemen. You need to have that foundation first, like what Dr. Marianne said. 80% is the mindset. You got to change that mindset first, from being an employee to being a consultant. The company, the corporation is asking for your help, just like us in therapy. That other physician, the physician or the other therapist, is asking for my consultative knowledge. In the hospital, you will say PT consult. They're asking for my consultation on what I think about that patient or that person. And same thing with corporation. You become a consultant to them and become the leader on how to teach them and guide them. And that's what I do too in the Alzheimer's disease and seminar that I do. I teach them how to understand Alzheimer's and dementia, teaching their CNAs, their nurses in their facilities. And if you just find your specific niche, like what the coach is talking about, find that specific niche, diversity, inclusion, how to facilitate a meeting, how to do this, how to do that, and stuff like that. And then they will know you. And corporations, to be honest, they're going to pay, right? So, Coach, again, my next question would be, how, once I've gotten the certification, the facilitator certification or the DISC certification or whatever, how can I find clients? I mean, that's the next level there. So, how does that work?
Yeah, so I've actually got a program to cover that. And not only that, for anybody who registers for the facilitation certification program, I'll give you, I'll work with you one-on-one. And I'll include a one-on-one session where we can talk about tools to help you create your niche. And so just to give you a really quick tool that you could take away right now to add value to you, my recommendation is that you get a notebook or a sheet of paper, preferably a notebook, and start writing down those things about any job you've ever had that bring you joy. What is it about the work that you do or that you've done that just sets your soul on fire? And I want you to just start writing those things down, and don't self-edit. You'll start to see themes and trends. And I would say start there. That will inform your next step on the niche that you can fulfill and provide. But you've got to start with that sense of purpose and meaning and enthusiasm that comes from within.
Wow. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? The sense of purpose, something that makes you happy. And if it doesn't make you happy, it's gonna come out, ladies and gentlemen. Just like in therapy, I see a lot of therapists. It looks like they don't really like what they're doing. It will come out. It will come out. I mean, you just have to enjoy it first. Then everything will follow. My dad would always tell me this before. Find a job that you really like. You don't feel like you're working. I mean, people say, "Hey, Michael, you work so much." No, I'm not working. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm not working.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy it, ladies and gentlemen. So you got to find that passion. Remember the 4 P's. Your passion first. What's keeping you up at night? What's like, oh, what's this? Me, Alzheimer's, dementia, geriatrics. So your passion. Next is your purpose. What's your purpose behind this? Are you doing this just for the money? Are you doing this just for the glory, or are you doing this for your own purpose? A purpose-driven life. They need to have a purpose. What's the next word, or next P is productivity. You got to be productive. I know we don't like the word productivity in the therapy world, but you have to have productivity. Guess what? If you just have one contract for 1 year, how can you feed your family in the rest of the year? You got to be productive. There's consistency there, right? So you got to be productive. And the last P is the profit. You need to be profitable. And that's, I guess, our next question to Coach Marianne.
Mhm.
Is this business that you're doing, is it really profitable, or are you just passionate about it? Do you have? I know you're passionate about it. I know you have a purpose. I
Mhm.
know you want to serve those leaders, and I know
Mhm.
you're very productive, because I see you all the time. Leading this group, I see your pictures that you're here, you're there, you're traveling and all over.
Mhm.
Is there really a profit in this
Yeah.
business that we're trying to do?
Yes, you can earn $10,000 for a 2-day engagement.
Mm,
Mhm. You really can, because here's the thing. Think about the value. It always comes down to the value that you are providing, and value is always defined by the customer. So we'd all like to put the value on our time and on what we do, and there is a place for that for sure. But if you're going to be in business for yourself, or you're going to earn a salary somewhere, um, whoever is hiring you is truly who determines the value. When we think about our stocks, like I'd like to determine what my stocks are worth, but really it's the marketplace that is going to set that value. And let me tell you, think about the value. Again, some of these examples where we've all been in kind of this crazy, chaotic hurricane. So the value to an organization to be able to go in and say, I'm going to make your leaders better, or I'm going to help you have productive team meetings. I mean, that's a big one. I'm going to help you communicate more effectively. All of these things, the value is tremendous. And so, especially if you go into an organization or a company, they have budgets for development, and they have budgets for these kinds of things. And so it can be very profitable once you figure out that niche and that unique, what makes you unique. Because I believe each person on this planet Earth has a unique purpose, one of a kind. And listen, what we'll do is really help you identify and define what makes you unique and your purpose, so that you can get busy fulfilling that purpose that you talked about, Mike, and being productive in doing it and earning that profit that you talked about.
wow, wow! Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I forgot the rest. I just remembered the $10,000. So, but kidding aside, yes, I believe here, ladies and gentlemen, companies will pay a facilitator like this. Imagine, yes, they're paying you 10, 5, 10, 20, 30K, 50K for those training that you're going to provide. But guess what? The value, the turnaround, if you make those leaders better, they're going to be more productive. They're going to be, doing more and being more for that corporation and for that company, and they will pay. So again, thank you very much, Coach Marianne. I love what she said, ladies and gentlemen, about providing value and being unique in the workplace. You can't just be, a generalist. You just can't be a generalist in therapy field. I can't be a regular normal therapist. I just can't. I'll do sports, yeah, somebody do. I have to differentiate myself. In order for you to be the authority in the field, you got to be an author. You got to find that unique you, and only you can be you. You can't, a lot of people will tell me, I just want to be like you, Dr. Mike. No, I would tell them straight in their face. Of course, in, doing Zoom, the coaching program that we do, I will tell them straight, you can't be like me. And they'll be like, oh, no, you can't be like me because I'm the only me. And only you can be you. And I have students right now, they're doing the group exercises with me. I'm teaching them how to do the group exercises too. And they'll be like, I don't think I can do what you're doing, Dr. Mark. Yes, you can't do this because I'm the only one who can do this. This is my personality. This is my accent. Well, you're gonna copy my accent? No, just do you. And the more you do you, the more you realize, oh, I love myself better. I come to realize I can do myself better. I can be myself better. And that's what Coach is telling us today. Be the you. Only you can be you and be unique. All right, Coach Marianne, any last parting wisdom for our group? Any special encouragement and where they can reach you and stuff like that?
The only thing that I would say, Mike, is just to reiterate something that I just said, and that is you have a unique purpose on this planet Earth. And your job is to discover, pursue, and fulfill that unique purpose. So that at the end of the day, there's going to come an end of the day for all of us on this earth and this life as we know it, that you can say, I have done all I was put here to do. And I've become all I was put here to become. And if this feels like something that is touching a place deep inside, I just want to encourage you to reach out to me. And I would be happy to have a conversation with anybody who wants to talk one-on-one about this subject.
Oh, wow. I think you're just talking to me, Coach. Who you? I like what Coach said. If something happens to you right now and you're in your deathbed, ladies and gentlemen, and your dreams, the purpose, sitting right in front of you in your deathbed, the books that you were supposed to write, the group that you were supposed to lead, the patients that you were supposed to treat, the people that you were supposed to encourage, standing in your deathbed, and they'll be like, oh, you're dying, you're bringing us within your grave. The richest place in the world, ladies and gentlemen, is not in Middle East. It's not here in the States. That what's the richest place on earth is actually, what do you call this? The cemetery. So a lot of people have died with their dreams. There's so much inside of you, ladies and gentlemen. And whatever, if you're watching on the live or watching on the replay or whatever, you got so much in you. All you need to do is bring out that. In order for you to bring it out, reach out to Coach Marianne, talk to her, go to her website and everything like that. Coach, again, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I know you're a very busy woman. Appreciate you. And any last thing where they can reach you again?
Yeah, mariannerenner.com/certification. You can learn all about the program and you can learn all about me. And I just want to thank you, Mike, too, really for everything that you do for this group. You and Emma, it's just nothing short of amazing, and the value and the service that you provide. And thank you for having me and for all you do in alternative healthcare careers.
All right. Well, again, thank you very much, Coach. I really appreciate you. It is our pleasure to serve the group. We enjoy it. We're passionate about it. We got the purpose to serve people. We're productive, and of course it's profitable too. Remember the 4 P's, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have those 4 P's. It's just like a chair. It's like a chair, it's more stable if you have those 4 P's. You take off one leg or two, it's going to fall. So the purpose, the passion, you got to be productive, you got to be profitable. And in this group, we have that for all 4s. Why would I keep doing it if I don't have those 4 P's? All right. Again, thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, Always remember the word fast, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find friends that will push you to your next level because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. Who are you hang out with? Tonight I hang out with the awesome Coach Marianne Renner. She's like a facilitator for corporate training people, and she's just a transformational leadership coach. And I feel like I want to be a corporate trainer too, right? That's the only thing. When I interview people, I want to be like them now. It's like, oh, I think I can do that too, right? I got like this, what do you call this? This shiny gold syndrome or whatever you call that. But, again, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. If you hang out with winners, well, guess what? You're going to be a winner. Today, I hang out with an awesome, super duper winner by the name Coach Marianne Renner. So, you got to be intentional, my friends. Find people. You got to be intentional. You can't be just a wandering generality, just like walking like a zombie, like Walking Dead. You can't do that. You got to be specific. You gotta find that friends of people, group of people that you want to be. If you want to be a corporate trainer, talk to Coach Marianne. All right. Next letter is letter A. You got to learn how to take action. All this stuff that we're doing, this is free. Come on now. This is free podcast and stuff like that. It's not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Coach Marianne good if you don't take action. Take action by reaching out to her. Take action by, going to her website, Marianne. Let me show it again. Oh, it's right there. MarianneRenner.com. Check her out. Take action. It's a simple click. And you will see what she's doing. You got to take action. Imperfect action beats perfect in action, my friends. And a lot of us here, we're like, oh, I'm analyzing. I'm still planning. Blah, 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 blah. Dr. Mike, I'm planning. So, yeah, it's good. It's good that you're planning. But if you keep on analyzing stuff and over-analyzing it, we're like perfectionists. Well, what's happening? You're in that called the analysis paralysis. Stop analyzing. Start being having paralysis. Just take action, okay? Next letter is letter S. Shoot for the moon. If you keep shooting for the moon, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss it, but you're gonna land with the stars. Tonight, I landed with the star named Coach Marianne Renner. Check it out. Check her out. MarianneRenner.com. And last but not the least is letter T. Is teach it. Why? Because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember. But when you're actually teaching it, you're actually understanding it more. And that's what Coach Marianne is doing. She's teaching us. She's going to teach us how to be an amazing facilitator or corporate trainer. Again, thank you very much, my Facebook friends. Be awesome, be great, be excellent. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye. See you next week.